Now, there are some common mistakes that people make with pronouns. So we're going to do a little quiz now. Let me give you some sentences. I'm going to give you two versions of the sentences, one correct and one with a common mistake. I want you to pause the video and look and think about those questions and think, which one is the correct version? All right, let's take a look. So we have two versions of I was born in the 90s. Which one is right? The second, my cat loves playing with its ball of wool. It's a long drive from here. I live at home with my parents and their dog, Snowy. Snowy is my parents' dog. So pause the video and choose the four correct ones and see if you can find exactly what the mistake is in the four incorrect ones. Pause the video, have a try now. All right, so hopefully you paused and had a try. If you didn't, do it now. But let's take a look at those answers. So the first one, I was born in the 90s. So when we're talking about the decade, like the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, we don't add an apostrophe. No apostrophe needed. Then, my cat loves playing with its ball of wool. So when it's the possessive, when a thing like a cat or a dog owns something, the dog's ball, the cat's ball of wool, and we want to use it's no apostrophe. Because IT apostrophe S is short for it is, all right? So that's a very confusing one. Even native speakers have trouble with that one. But remember, if it's the possessive, then there's no apostrophe. But we can take a look at the next one, which is the opposite rule. So it's apostrophe S, a long drive from here. Why? Because it is a long drive from here. All right, so you remember if it's the it is as it's apostrophe. And the last one, I live at home with my parents and their dog. So we know it's more than one parent, it's their dog, Snowy. Snowy is my parents' dog. So it's parents, more than one parent, mum and dad. And then it's apostrophe after that. All right, because we're not going to add that extra S, just like Francis's course and Jess's class. We're not going to add the extra S after parents. So the second one is correct. Now let's take a look at object pronouns. So what are they? Those are pronouns that replace the object in a sentence. Remember, the object is what receives the action. Subject does the action, object receives the action. And it might seem a bit complicated, but you'll definitely already be using these ones. Let me show you what they are. So if the subject is I, then the object pronoun is me. We becomes us. You is still you. He is him. She is her. It is it. And they is them. So I'm sure you already know all of those words. Nothing new there, I expect. But it's always good to look at some examples for a review. So, Lord of the Rings is my favorite book. I love to reread it every now and then. So, the book is receiving the action. It's the object, but we still say it. My new English professor is hilarious, very funny. I can't wait for you to meet him. All right, to meet him. So the English professor will be receiving the action. So they are the object pronoun. Oh, did I tell you I got a new puppy? My mother got her for me on my birthday. She's a Labrador, that's a type of dog, and she's very cute. You'll meet her this afternoon. And this is the marketing team. Everyone, please say hello. You'll be working with them for the rest of the year. Or we could switch it around and say, they will be working with you for the rest of the year. So if the the marketing team becomes the subject, then we use they. But right now, the marketing team is the object, so we use the object pronoun, them. And now we can do another quiz. And in this quiz, I want you to find all of the subject, object, and possessive pronouns. So let's take a look at some sentences. The receptionist will take you to the dentist's room. Please follow her down the hall. I gave my daughter a new bicycle. She's wanted it for a whole year. We're really disappointed the two of you can't make it to our wedding. A lot of pronouns there. I'd like to welcome you all to the first day of the course. We're so excited that she will be joining us on our trip overseas. And you can see that the all is already in green. And that's because we can use all with you all to show that we're talking to more than one person. So what I want you to do is to find all of those subject, object, and possessive pronouns. All right? Pause the video, take your time, have a try now. So let's take a look at some answers. So first of all, the receptionist will take you to the dentist's room. Please follow her down the hall. All right, so both of those are the object. Next one, I gave my daughter, so that's the possessive, I have a daughter, a new bicycle. She has wanted it for a whole year. So she does the wanting, she is the subject, and object is receiving the want. So that's it. We're really disappointed. So we're is the subject. The two of you, the object, can't make it to our wedding. That's the possessive. I'd, the object, I would, like to welcome you all. So I is the subject doing the welcoming, doing the action, and you are receiving the welcome. We're so excited that she will be joining us on our trip overseas. So this one's a bit complicated. The she is a subject because she is doing the action of joining us. And remember, of course, if it was an object, it would be her. So we don't say, we're so excited that her will be joining us. We say, we're so excited that she will be joining us. And then the last type of pronoun that we need to talk about is a reflexive pronoun. So what are they? They are pronouns that show that in the sentence, the subject doing the action and the object receiving the action are the same. They're the same thing or the same person. So how do we form them? Me becomes myself. You is yourself or yourselves. Her is herself, him, himself. It, itself. Us is ourselves, not us-selves. And them is themselves. All right, so we can take a look at some examples. I nearly burned myself while lighting the fire. So I am the subject. I'm doing the lighting, but I almost become the object as well because I almost set myself on fire. He introduced himself as the team lead, so he's probably the most experienced person in the group. The project was intense, and we're proud of ourselves for getting it done. The students are learning to code during the university vacation. They're teaching themselves. Be careful if you open the trunk of the car, the door tends to close on itself without warning. And then, it's too late now to ask for anyone for help. I'll do it myself. That's a very common reflexive pronoun. And the meal itself wasn't very tasty, but the venue is stunning. Stunning means really amazing looking, like, oh, wow, what an amazing place. Okay, so that is a review of pronouns. Of course, if there's anything you didn't understand, you can always send me a message. You can watch this video again, and I'll be waiting for you with another review in the next video. See you then.